Good morning, children. So, after the completion of the first chapter, the reproduction in organism, today we will start the discussion with respect to the competitive part. So, it is useful for both NEET, CET, APMT, and all competitive purpose. Okay, so let us start the class with respect to the competitive part. The first question. See, while the competitive class going on, you should not just listen. All of you should have paper and pen, at least pencil and book with you. Note down all these points. After the completion of this class, I will send you the link also, so that you just try yourself also. So that means you can also self-evaluate. Yeah. So this first question, so it is related to the topic, or we can also say logic distractor. It is related to the asexual reproduction. The period from birth to the natural death of an organism is represents true. So this is actually, this question is nothing but the definition of the lifespan. I hope you can remember when we are discussing about the lifespan, the definition only, the period from birth to the natural death of an organism represents its lifespan, isn't it? Yeah. So that means this is the right answer. Option D, the lifespan, is the right answer. The next question is asexual reproduction. This question is also related to the asexual reproduction. Which one of the following has natural death? So that means when we are discussing about the asexual reproduction, I told you, one sentence. That means generally, okay. So unicellular organism, they will not undergo death. That means no individual is immortal except single cell organism, isn't it? So here it's also that this question is related to that topic. That means whatever be the lifespan, death of every organism is certainty, but that is no individual is immortal. Okay, so that means they cannot survive permanently, okay, except the single cell, because in case of the single cell organism or unicellular organism, the cell division itself is a mode of reproduction, so that's why there is no natural death. Okay, got it. But what about in case of the arthro? It is a multicellular organism, so that's why surely they can undergo death. Which is the right answer? Option B is the right answer. Got it? Yeah. Next question, it is also related to the topic asexual reproduction. They have given here as the following: the organism name with respect to the lifespan. Okay. So in the textbook, I hope you must have gone through the name of the organism and the lifespan. It is given. If you are able to match these things, you can identify the answer. The parrot can live above 140 years. Then the crocodile can live about 60 years. What about the horse? It can live about 40 to 50 years. And the tortoise can live about again 100 to 150 years. Crow, it's about 15 years. Now match the answer. Option D is the right answer. Okay. So this question is also related to the lifespan. The next question. So this question is nothing but the definition for the clones. Okay. The morphologically and genetically similar individuals are also known as clones. So this is actually comes under the characteristic features of asexual reproduction, isn't it? That is not involving the sex. So generally all the offspring are morphological and genetically similar, okay, are identical during asexual reproduction. The offspring are identical to one another and also exact copies of their parents. They are called clones. Okay, Which is the right answer? Option B is the right answer. The next one, amoeba. Amoeba reproduces asexually by all these things. It can undergo binary fission also, multiple fission also, cell division also. I hope you remember the meaning of the binary fission, multiple and cell division. Then which is the right answer? All of these. The next question. The binary fission is method reproduction in, yes, that means unicellular organisms, okay, including all the protists, monairans, amoeba, paramecia, they all undergo binary fission. That means binary, 1 will become 2, 2 will become 4, 4 will become 8, like that. The number continues, then it will be considered as binary fission. The next question, hydra, sponge and yeast can reproduce by budding, isn't it? What is the meaning of the budding? Yes, the budding is a form of asexual reproduction in which a new organism develops from an outgrowth or bud due to cell division at one particular site. Okay, so this can be seen in, we can see the hydra, sponge and yeast, they can undergo this process. Which is the right answer? Option A is the right answer, budding. The next question, in plants, the unit of vegetative propagation are called, yes, they are all nothing but, yes, vegetative, that is vegetative pods. While we are discussing about the vegetative propagation, I told you in plants the term vegetative reproduction is used for asexual reproduction, that is the reproduction through vegetative pods or propagules of the plant is called vegetative propagation. I hope you can remember. So this runners, okay, runners also, yes. Then what about this rhizome, ginger, okay, then sucker and tubers, yes, we were discussed, that is in case of the potato tubers. Then suckers in case of the chrysanthemum. Then offset and bulb. Offset, yes, in case of the water hyacinth. Then what about the bulb? Bulb in case of agave. So these are all, they are nothing but vegetative propagation. They can undergo vegetative propagation. So this is the next question as the following. Okay, with respect to the vegetative propagules and how they vegetatively reproduces through the vegetative pods. Yeah, here it is again. The buds can be seen in potato. Actually, in case of the potato, axillary buds, which is gives rise to the new plants. What about in case of the rhizome? Yes, banana and ginger. We can identify the rhizomes. And what about bulbil? Agave. It is just like claw-like structures. Then offset. Yes, water hyacinth. Actually, it is a prostrate stem, isn't it? Then what about the next one? Bulb. Yes, onion and garlic. The bulb is nothing but leafy, concentric ring-like structures, isn't it? Now, which is the right answer? Option B is the right answer for 9th question. Next question, this is related to the sexual reproduction. The period from growth to the reach in maturity of sexual reproduction is called juvenile phase. I told you while we are discussing about the stages. There is nothing but phases in the sexual reproductive organism. There are 3 phases: juvenile phase, vegetative phase, and that is juvenile is nothing but vegetative. Then after reproductive phase, the final one is senescent. Okay, which is the right answer? Option E. Yes. In hair plants, the end of the vegetative phase is indicated by flowering. Okay, so that is indication. the indication of the end of the vegetative phase, and it is a when the organism started producing sexually, it is called reproductive phase. The flowering is an indication of the start of the reproductive phase also. Next question. Which group of the plant show clear-cut vegetative, reproductive and senescent phases? While I am telling about based on the lifespan, there are three types of the plants can be observed: annuals, biennials and perennials. Isn't it? In case of the annuals and biennials, within short period of time. So that means one particular, that is pertaining a year, or so these biennials complete their life cycle within 2 years. So that we can study all the three stages, that juvenile or vegetative phase, reproductive phase and senescence. But in case of the perennials, it is very difficult. Sometimes it's about hundreds together. So that in case of annuals and biennials, all these three phases can be studied. Strobila skuntiana, it is common as a Nilkuranji, flowers once in 12 years. While we were discussed about the examples of plants with unusual flowering, I told you there are two species, Strobila skuntiana and bamboo. I hope you can remember. So what about the females of placental mammals? They exhibit cyclic changes in the ovaries, accessory ducts and hormones during the reproductive phase. Non-primates. Okay, in case of the primates, it is a menstrual. In case of non-primates, it is estrous cycle. Okay, so in which organism generally we can find estrous cycle? Yes, cow, sheep, deer, dog, tiger. Generally they are known as cut-chewing mammals. Which is the right answer? Option A. Then the next one. In the last phase of life cycle, metabolism gradually slows down. It ultimately leads to death. That is nothing but senescence, isn't it? So senescent phase is the last phase of the lifespan, characterized by the deterioration of the metabolic activities of the body that ultimately terminates to death. Next question. The events in sexual reproduction prior to the fusion of the gametes are, yes, all the above. So that is gametogenesis and gamete transfer. The gametogenesis, which includes the spermatogenesis and oogenesis, and in case of the plant, the pollination, isn't it? Because of all this, so we can say option D is the right answer. Which of the following organism has the homogametes? Yes, that is nothing but cladophora. What is the meaning of homogametes? That means we cannot differentiate into male and female. Then they are nothing but homo. Okay, homogametes. If they are different, then it will be hetero. Okay, we can use the terminologies: the bisexual, or monoecious, or homothallic, synonymy. Okay, in case of the hibiscus, cucurbita, coconut, we can see such a type of the condition. Okay, next question. Which of the following statement is wrong? Okay, here actually, if the male and female flowers present on the same plant, it is called monoecious. But in option C, they were given it's a dioecious. Then what is the meaning of the dioecious? The plants having either male or female, either the staminate or pistillate. Then they are nothing but unisexual, or we can also use the terminology dioecious or heterothallic. But what they are given here, they are given dioecious. That's why option C is the wrong and right option. The remaining statements are correct with respect to the sexuality in organisms. 19th question. If male and female reproductive structures are present on the different individual, then as I said now only unisexual. Okay, this example, the papaya, date palm can be given. So that means the plants having either male or female. Then they are nothing but unisexual. But we can also say dioecious or heterothallic. Fungi may be, see, there are thousands of species. In case of fungi only we can identify. They may be homo, hetero, bisexual or unisexual also. Okay, so that's why the fungi may be all the above. Option E is the right answer. Yeah, here in the match the following, they have given the name of the organism and the chromosome number. You just match this one, then after move towards the options. See, housefly can live about only 12 days. Sorry, it is nothing but chromosome number 2n. N is a 6 and 2n is a 12. Rat, yes, that is a 42. Then the dog is a, yes, 78. What about the cat? Cat is nothing but 38. And fruit fly, yes, only 8. That's why you must have remember Drosophila melanogaster. Okay, those things we will discuss in the 5th chapter. Now which is the right answer? Option C is the right answer. Next, the chromosome number, here it is also given. The apple is having 34, then the rice is 24, maize is 20, potato 48 and onion is 60 chromosome numbers respectively. Which is the right answer? Option E. Which organism has the highest chromosome number? Ophioglacian. Remember, so this Ophioglacian is the name of the plant actually. So in this case of Ophioglacian, we can identify highest chromosomal number. Which of the following sets of the organism have haploid parental body? Here, haploid means only N. So there is many monorails, fungi, algae and bryophytes. During their life cycle also, maximum duration they remains as N. So that's why they are called haploid parental body. Then haploid will be used as haploid. N will be used as N. Which statement is false? See here again, this statement, this question is related to the sexual reproduction. In most organisms, the male gamete is stationary and the female gamete is motile. C is the false, because in most organisms male gamete is motile whereas the female gamete is stationary. Okay, so remaining statements are correct only. Okay, the male gametes needs a medium to move towards female gametes for fertilization, correct. In some fungi and algae both types of gametes are motile, correct. Even in algae bryophyte gamete transfer takes place through the water medium, it's correct. This is the right option. Option C is the right option, but it is a false statement. Yes, so this statement is related to the parthenogenesis in certain animals like rotifors, honeybees, and some lizards, birds such as turkeys. Female gametes develops into a new organism without fertilization. That means during a product of evolution, for the purpose of the survival, even in absence of the opposite mates, that means in the absence of the male, okay, female only, okay, they undergo the formation. So this phenomena is known as parthenogenesis. Did you get it? Yeah. So this is actually rare cases. Of course, we can identify these cases also. Yeah. That means what will happen? That female gamete undergo development to form a new organism without fertilization. Next question regarding external fertilization. Pick out the false statement from the following. So that means, what is the meaning of external fertilization? The fertilization occurs outside the body of the parents, that is in the external medium such as surrounding water. It occurs in aquatic organisms like fishes and frogs. Here, out of these four statements, we should identify the false statements. Option C, only few aquatic organisms show external fertilization. No, almost all maximum aquatic organisms show external fertilization. The remaining and all correct only, isn't it? The syngam occurs in the water. Yes, zygote is formed outside the body. Such organisms show synchrony. At a time they will become mature. Then the offspring are extremely vulnerable to the predator. Yes, because number of cases those can be fed by other aquatic organisms also. Next question. Regarding the site of fertilization, find out the odd one. So here, osteoids and amphibs. Osteoids, which comes under the bony fishes, amphibians. Okay. So reptile, birds and mammals during the period of evolution, they are all egg laying. Okay, we can also identify egg laying. Then they are maximum developed, bracteates and telephytes. So those are shows the similar characteristics. Gymnosperm and angiosperms, they shows the completely internal fertilization. In case of the osteoids, it is external fertilization, but in case of the amphibians, it shows both internal, and that means they can live both water and outside also. So because of this one, this is the add one. Option D is the right answer. Yes, in seed plants, the non-motile male gametes are carried to the female gametes by pollen tubes. Yes. So about this, the fertilization, in the next chapter we will discuss in detail. Then you will come to know. The seed plants are nothing but angiosperms. In organism with haplontic life cycle, in the last year we were discussed about the three types of the life cycle: haplontic life cycle, diplontic life cycle, haplodiplontic. Here this question is related to the haplontic. There is maximum period of the lifespan, it will be remains as haplontic. Okay, so that zygote divides by meiosis into haploid spores that grow into haploid individuals. Then pick out the false statement. Yes, the during embryogenesis zygote undergo meiosis. So that means during gametogenesis, okay, actually it is undergo meiosis. During embryogenesis, actually zygote undergo mitosis. Okay, so that's why. So this statement is a false. The remaining and all correct. Yes. The next question. During embryogenesis, the modification of groups of cells into the various tissues and organs are called cell differentiation. Nothing but it is related to the mitosis. The cell differentiation is responsible for formation of different organ systems. Then this oviparity means ovi. The definition of the oviparity: egg-laying fertilized eggs, that is animals are laying unfertilized eggs. So in general we can also say egg laying, the process of egg laying. Okay, oviparity means the animals which lays fertilized or unfertilized eggs are called oviparous. Then viviparity, which of the following? So let me tell the meaning. The animals giving birth to their young ones are called viviparous. Example, mammals. Okay, so this question is related to the viviparity. So the following is more advanced for a proper care and protection of the embryo during the period of evolution, proper parental care and the proper survival. Okay, sure set up the reproduction and the purpose of survival. They are all opted for viviparity. Okay, so that is nothing but the animal give birth to the young ones are called viviparous. Best example, almost all the mammals Okay, an example for viviparity. Thank you. Have a nice day.